Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Slowking. Now Slowking obviously is due to get a Galarian form, but right now we do not have that. So I'm going to be covering just the Cantonian form. Now, we have 3 sets today, 2 generic and 1 dynamax, and we'll just jump straight in. So the first set we have is a defensive set. This could be run as physically defensive or specially defensive depending on what you're looking for, but it is up to you how you decide to go for it based on your team. We have leftovers on here, allowing us to heal ourselves up a little bit every turn, and regenerator, meaning that we can switch out and get a third of our health back every time we switch out. On here we have Toxic, which is going to be a transfer-only move in the sense that you have to teach Toxic before you transfer Slowking over. We then have Slack Off, which will allow you to heal 50% of your health up, and then we have Scold, which could also burn the Pokemon, so obviously you have to assess whether the Toxic or the Burn is the one that you want. For example, if you had a physical sweeper such as Conkeldurr, I would definitely recommend going for the Scold, assuming that it's not Flame Orb. Let's change that to maybe Excadrill. I would go for the Scold rather than the Toxic, because having that burnt, and even if it does Swords Dance, that is a lot less of a worry than, well, trying to Toxic it, which you won't be able to Toxic anyways, but that's just an example. Then we have Flamethrower on here as well, which can hit a variety of Pokemon, including things like Bug types and Grass types, which are super effective against you, so that can be really helpful as well. Eevee's gone for max HP and max defense with a bold nature, so more defense, less attack, and then 4 EVs and special attack, or you could go for the max special defense if you want to. I wouldn't recommend going for max special attack because I think this is much more of a defensive Pokemon than offensive. The second set we have is a Choice Spec set. Again, I've put Regenerator on here, but you do have access to Oblivious, so it can't be infatuated or taunted, which doesn't really matter here because even if we were taunted, you'd be fine. And your means to Intimidate, again, we're not physical, so that's fine. And then Own Tempo can't be confused. I think Regenerator is always going to be your best ability there. Now, we have on here Ice Beam, which can hit a variety of Pokemon, including dragons, grass types, flying types. Hydro Pump, powerful stab, water type attack, hits most different Pokemon. Psychic, strong stab, psychic type attack, and then Flamethrower again for that coverage on those 2 types that you're weak to. Now obviously do make sure that you are picking the right move, because if you pick, for example, Flamethrower and they have Pokemon with Flash Fire there, you're going to have to switch out, which for you isn't too much of a concern because you have Regenerator, but it's just something you need to consider. Now, EVs, I've gone for max HP and max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, moving on to our last set, we have on here a Life Orb. This is a Dynamax set, we have a Life Orb. You could also go for example, I don't know, leftovers, you could go for Choice Specs, you could go red cards, lots of different options. Now, on here we have, you could also get berries, and once you've eaten the berry, you'll be able to use Belch, but the idea here is you Dynamax and use Max Ooze instead of the Belch and increase up your special attack by 1, 2, or 3 times, depending on how many times you use it. You've also got Blizzard, which will set up the Max Hail Storm, or sorry, it will set up the Hail, which means that when you're back to normal, your Blizzard will do 100% accuracy. You've then got Scold, powerful water type attack, and set up the Rain, so if you have Swift Swim users, you potentially have those come in. You also have the option of running Expanding Force, which when your Dynamax turns into Max Psychic, whatever it is, and you set up the Psychic Terrain, and Expanding Force does 1.5 times damage in the Psychic Terrain, so it's a really good combo move to have with Dynamax. And then we have Slack Off on here as well, which can be Max Guard. Obviously, you probably have to worry about a Shifu, because obviously its G-Max move can break through. Max Guards, do be cautious there, but otherwise you should be fine. EVs, again, max HP and max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. That is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.